It looks like we are live. Sorry about that, folks. Bit of a technological glitch as I fought some of the electrons that apparently had to do with the watermark that is there where we were using, which is StreamYard. So I'm confused for a little while, and we're going to there. Initially, I had a 30-second countdown, but due to the entertainment value of this glitch, me and Coral, who are hanging out in the studio, we scratch my head there. Okay. So I'm going to start by introducing our panel, but first it's me. So speaking of JD, I'm going to bring JD in. And I make a click, wait 3 seconds, because I guess my computer's too old now. There popped up JD. Okay. So I'll click again. What's really funny is this was, yeah. Notice I'm. There's JD. Kick JD out again. There's JD again. Can you hear me, JD?
Yes. I
Okay.
can hear you.
Welcome to the show. You are live, and it's how things are fine. So anyway, so now that we have JD in the studio, let's try and bring the rest of the people. So now we're going to bring our Carmen. And then Carmen's in. Okay. Now we're in Sue. So my screen showing everyone, which is.
I think we're all going to have to get used to like sign language. Or somebody's going to have to take over for Rob. How you doing,
so.
JD? How you doing, Sue?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So for everybody, I'm the token passenger princess, where I ride on the back of the bike and I document everything. So that's part of the cage-free, worry-free experience, where you don't have to take pictures, you don't have to worry about it. I'll take care of it for you. JD's the logistics man. He's been in the tourism industry for way too long, and he knows all the places to go, people to visit, and all of that good stuff. So you don't need to know about that either. And Sue, I heard that you know all the great roads, just like JD does too in BC.
I know a good chunk of them anyways, definitely. I've spent a fair amount of time driving or riding around British Columbia, and Alberta actually. So
yeah, I'm super excited for this trip. So Rob, are you still here?
So
maybe not.
Maybe JD, do you want to take over and do the introduction or the overview, or?
So I should be back. Everyone's hearing everyone now. We're semi going there.
Good. Good. Keep talking, Rob. You do.
Everyone hear me? Thumbs up. Kick into, we kind of have to fight some technology here, which is part of the fun. So, Sue, you want to talk a bit more about ladies only tours and what made you go down this road where you can?
Whoa.
Oh, I feel like JD might want to say something.
JD always wants to say something.
Hey, don't I get my 1 minute to talk about Australia?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice that. Okay, go ahead. We'll start a clock for you.
Okay. Well, Carmen and I just got back 2 days ago from 3.5 weeks down under with Ride Australia Southeast with our partners down there at Ride the World Motorcycle Tours. We had a blast. We had 8 tour participants, 12 people in total, 9 motorcycles and support vehicle, and we did 15 days. And it was amazing. The weather was great. And we saw lots of kangaroos and wallabies and wombats, but unfortunately, most of them were dead and squished on the side of the road.
Right? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard to find living ones, but lots of dead ones on the side of the road there, unfortunately.
Yeah,
they're not that smart.
They're not that smart, no. But we went, we did the Great Ocean Road, and we went up into the snowy mountains in the interior. And I'm telling you, it is fantastic. It is a bucket list trip. So if you're thinking about, if you've always wondered about riding in Australia, we do a 15-day program every November. So November 2026, the information will be available probably in a couple of months. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think Australians know how to make a straight road.
No. And the Great Ocean Road, I mean, we got beautiful scenery here in Canada, the Cabot Trail and the west coast of British Columbia and the Rocky Mountains. But oh my, the Great Ocean Road, wow. I've ridden a lot of roads in my life, but wow. That's all I can say about the Great Ocean Road in Australia. The ocean, the views, the twists and turns, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, that's enough about Australia.
All right, so I guess I'll go. For those of you who haven't already met me that are here, thank you for joining us. And a little bit about how I started doing women's tours. I've always been I enjoy the sisterhood of the women's motorcycling community. I only started riding it was 11 years ago now, and I found the community really embraced me when I was a new rider. And I just started riding, and I couldn't believe it took me so long to get started. And so, once I started riding and meeting more people, I just really enjoyed the camaraderie of the women's riding community, and I wanted to do more things that brought the community together, especially after taking part in the Women Riders World Relay. That was really something incredible for me. My first leg of that was in Canada. I went from Vancouver to Kamloops, and I think we had around 60 women all riding together. And that was a pretty incredible experience. And so from there, I decided to go do all the African legs of the WRWR. And that just kind of sealed the deal. And from there, I knew I wanted to do more in the women's riding community. And I started Throttle West International Moto Festival. And I took this past year off from doing that. But that's a women's motorcycle travel-based motorcycle rally that I put on for the last 3 years. And I started doing motorcycle tours when I got back. So I've been doing tours for 3 years now. I've done tours in Canada, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. And so when JD and I started chatting, and, he was interested in having a women's tour added to his portfolio. And, over time, we just decided to do this together. And I'm really excited to be working with Carmen and JD from Freedom Biker Tours to be putting on the Ride Canada's Pacific Coast Tour.
Can I interject something? I love one thing I really love about you is how you partner with the values that Freedom Biker Tours has.
Yeah, I mean that absolutely. Just the authenticity of being yourself is one of the things that I appreciated about you guys. I think it's really important for people to, and actually that's one of the things about biking too. Like, it's really, you got to ride your own ride. You got to be authentic. And that's definitely a fit between Freedom Biker Tours and myself, and why we're working so well together for this tour. So, all right.
We're kind of all waiting for Rob.
Yeah, I'm just like, am I going to give the whole thing, or is anyone else going to say anything? I can start. I can just start with the tour overview, or if somebody
Rob,
else.
you're our leader for this live stream. What's going on?
I think.
Yeah, I'll take over with a little bit of introductions. Of course, I'm JD. Hi.
Yeah, I'm blending the universe and rogue electrons. This is kind of a weird one because
that's because you're in Halifax.
We keep losing Rob.
That's why. It's because you're in Halifax.
There's a major storm happening over there, so it's.
Anyway, I'm JD. I'm the founder and owner of Freedom Biker Tours, and Carmen is my fiance and the in-house videographer, filmmaker, and creative genius for all of our digital marketing assets and all that other great stuff that we have. And she rides with me and films all the tours that we guide together.
I partner with Rob. Rob is also a creative genius.
Well, yes, he is. I'm not finished yet. And then Rob is our team member and our guide in the Maritimes for our Ride Canada's Maritimes tour. And Rob and I together also do the digital marketing for Freedom Biker Tours. And Rob is one of the smartest individuals I've ever met when it comes to digital marketing. So there you go.
Not marketing, but digital marketing, yeah.
Well, it's the rogue electrons that are interfering with him right now, apparently. And Sue, you've already introduced yourself, so I don't want to.
Yeah. So,
Rob, what are we doing?
He's trying to lip read.
All right, maybe we should just get started. And
yeah.
So you kicked me out again.
Okay. So
okay.
Do you want to give the tour overview, JD?
Yeah. So Ride Canada's Pacific Coast Ladies Only is a brand new tour program. And the first one is in September 2026. Starts and ends in Vancouver, or should I say Richmond, BC, near Vancouver International Airport. And starts next year, September the 8th. And it is as close to all-inclusive as you can get. We have two rental partners for those of you that need a rental motorcycle. We have two rental partners, Cycle BC and Eagle Rider. So you can have a Harley, or you can have any other kind of brand of motorcycle or size or shape of bike that you want. But we also invite you to ride your own. So we have two levels of pricing. We have pricing that will include a motorcycle rental, or pricing that does not include that, and you can ride your own bike. The other three levels of pricing are the information that we would need to know would be: are you riding your own bike or not? Of course, like I just said, do you have a passenger? And if you have a passenger, are you sharing the hotel room with that passenger? Because all the pricing is per person. So the costs of the tour, like the accommodation, of course, which is the biggest cost. If you're sharing a room with somebody, then that brings the price down on a per person level. Things like that, right?
JD, there's a lot of the ladies that were on this tour that were talking about wanting to share rooms. So they're not partners or anything, but they do want like a room with two beds to share to help bring the cost down as well.
Absolutely, and we do that for sure. You can ride your own bike, but you can still share a room with two beds. So yeah, all good. So you don't have to be in a partnership or relationship with that person in order to share a room. No, we do a lot of that for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, you need to tell us who you want to share the room with. We don't do that. We don't pair people up. Yeah, that's kind of a an odd thing to do. So we don't do that.
No, exactly. Well, I mean, I've had some people ask me about, joining up with other people, and I said, no problem. I mean, I can introduce them to the other people if they want to try to bunk up with someone. And, I've also got no problem if somebody wants to bunk up with me. That's not an issue for me as well.
You know what?
We'll make it work.
I fully support that. If people if riders want to do that and make a connection just for the tour, and Sue, if you're comfortable to do it, then more power to you. Go ahead and do it. I'm just not comfortable trying to match people up, kind of thing.
Well, one of the things that I always do for my tours, and I don't know if you already do this, we actually haven't chatted about that, but I always start a WhatsApp group, for my tours, usually 4 months before a time, so that everybody can meet each other and start to chat and share, hey, where do you ride? What bike do you ride? And it just gives everybody the opportunity to get to know each other a little bit before you all get together and meet in person. So
that's a great idea.
That is something that I will be starting with this group again as well, probably early summer, late spring, maybe June. We'll just get that, because a lot of questions are going to come up as we go along. So this gives everybody the opportunity, because a lot of times if one person has a question, someone else is going to have the same question. And so rather than me answering the questions to everybody all the time, they can ask the question to the group and I'll answer, and then everybody can hear it. So I just think it's really good to get everyone bonding ahead of time. So I think that's great.
Oh, Carmen just got kicked off.
Yep.
That's weird.
All right. Okay. So I'm just going to keep moving along here. So
interesting you lost Carmen. That's because you guys are sharing bandwidth. I wonder if that might be part of our glitch.
I don't think so. We got pretty strong bandwidth. I just upgraded it. We got the top level that you can get here in Calgary. So,
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, JD started the tour overview.
Okay.
So, it's a 10 days.
So, I want to go over the map.
You're going to bring up the map? Oh, we've got feedback. All right. So this is the map of the tour. We start in, it looks like Vancouver, right? But is that a B? Yeah. So we'll start at the B by Vancouver, which is actually Richmond. So we're going to be staying at the Sandman Inn, the signature Sandman Inn near the Vancouver airport for day number 1. And so that is the day that we'll arrive, and everybody can go pick up we'll pick up your bikes with you. And then we'll all go back to the hotel that evening and have a welcome dinner, meet and greet, orientation, and a briefing hosted by Freedom Biker Tours. The dinner is included in that night, and the hotel has a pool. So don't forget to bring your bathing suits, guys, because you may want to do some swimming and hot tubbing and that kind of stuff as we're going along. And then on day number 2, we are going to head towards the Fraser Valley to Harrison Hot Springs. And the route that day is 134 kilometers or 83 miles for those of you that are from the US. And that's just going to be a nice short ride so everyone can get used to their bikes and, just get the feel of the area that we're riding. It's a beautiful area. Once we get out of the city, you're just going to see the most beautiful mountains, and Harrison itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's a glacier-fed lake in the coastal mountain range, also attached to the Cascade Range. And it's got sandy beaches. It's a huge lake. I think it's like 60 kilometers long by 9 wide. Not that we'll be going out on it, because we're going to be spending some time going for dinner at the Black Forest restaurant. And after that, we'll be able to go back to the hotel for some hot springs action, because they have hot springs in the hotel, which is going to be a really nice way for us to relax and get ready for the next day's ride. So the day number three, when we are going to be heading out, it's going to be a big day on the bike. So we're going to be kickstands up at 8:30, and it's going to be 339 kilometers, or 210 miles. A lot of that is on back roads. Well, not back roads, but not major highways. So, and we'll have experienced a lot of twisties. So if you're on a highway, that can be done really quickly, but it will be a full day of riding for us. And it's going to be some of the most beautiful scenery, in my opinion, mountain scenery that you can see. We'll basically be riding up the scenic Fraser Canyon, passing by Hell's Gate, and there's a lot of tunnels cut through rocks in that area. So that's pretty neat too. We're going to have lunch in Lillooet, which is, well, another thing is we're going to be passing through one of the hottest areas of Canada. And so hopefully in September, the temperature won't be too bad for us, and we'll be able to maintain temperatures that are reasonable, but it can be really hot here in September as well. So just so you know that, for those of you who are not familiar with the area, the temperatures we can expect probably on average 20 degrees Celsius, something like that, probably on average. But if we have a hot, what do they call it? I'm like, hot flash. It's not a hot flash. Anyways, we could have a
Heat wave.
Heat wave. Thank you. So we could definitely have some warm weather, but we'll just have to wait and see. And obviously we could have rain too. So we're going to have lunch in Lillooet. We're going to, after that, we're going to head out into the Duffy Lake Loop, which is highway number 99. And that has some incredible twists and turns. Also the road, it's a little bit technical, so you want to keep your wits about you on that road. But there's, and again, incredible scenery for that. So from there, we end up in Whistler Village, and we're going to be staying at the Whistler Village Inn and Suites Hotel. And the meals that are included on day 3 is breakfast and lunch. So the lunch we're going to be having in, JD, can you remind me the name of the place we're staying in for lunch?
In Lillooet?
Yeah.
Lillooet's Cookhouse.
Lillooet's Cookhouse. And that's a biker friendly.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually haven't been there. The tours that I've been through there, we usually stop.
There's only like 2 places in Lillooet, so.
Well, we usually stop at the bakery cafe there, which is also really good. But, Lillooet just seems to have a lot of good food for a small place. So, okay. So we're going to stay.
Well, I grew up in Cache Creek, so I know it well.
Oh, you did, eh? Right on. So, can everybody hear me okay? You're good? I haven't seen any chat saying that anything is not good, so I'm just going to assume that we are good. Day number 4 is going to be Friday, September 11th. And that day, we're going to be hitting the Sea to Sky Highway, and then we're going to be going up to the Sunshine Coast. So the trip that day is 159 kilometers, or 99 miles. And we're also going to take a ferry. So the highlights of that day, we're going to be kickstands up at 9:30, by the way. And the highlights of that day is obviously riding the Sea to Sky Highway, which is absolutely gorgeous. You have, mountains on one side and the ocean on the other, and it's just really beautiful. But we are going to be stopping at the Sea to Sky Gondola, which is a gondola that takes you up to the top of, I don't remember the name of the mountain, but it's in Squamish, just outside of Squamish. And so we're going to be visiting that Sea to Sky gondola, and then we will take a trip from there to Horseshoe Bay, which is where the ferry terminal is, and we'll be loading our bikes onto the ferry there. And the good thing about that that is usually the bikes go on first. So we get off first, which is going to be nice. So that crossing is going to take us across the Salish Sea, and we're going to be going through the fjords of that area. And again, it's just really beautiful, lots of scenic, oceans and mountains, and really nice. So on that day, breakfast is included and dinner will be on our own. We're going to be staying at the Oceanside, which is a coast hotel, and that's in Davis Bay, which is an absolutely beautiful, big, bright, sunny bay. And we're probably, if it's nice out, we'll probably get some pretty beautiful sunsets in that area, similar to the ones in behind me. All right, day number 5, which is September 12th. We are going to head up to the north part of the Sunshine Coast. So the Sunshine Coast comes in 2 sections, which is actually all part of the same area. It's all part of the mainland, but because of all the fjords and the water, they don't have a road that goes there. So you actually take the road up the lower section of the coast, and then you catch another ferry at Earl's Cove, and then from Earl's Cove it's a 50-minute crossing over to the northern Sunshine Coast, and we'll end up in Powell River for dinner. So we have to be at the ferry by 12 p.m. And it's a 50-minute crossing, so we'll get into Powell River in time to just get settled and go and explore the Marine Drive area. And it's really beautiful, lots of cool little shops in there and everything. So dinner is going to be on our own that night, and we'll be staying at the Waterways, which is a boutique hotel. It's a new boutique hotel right by the ferry terminal. So the good thing about that is, we do have an early start the next morning, but we're close by, so we don't have to start early and then ride for a while. So on day number 6, we're going to be going from the Sunshine Coast, from Powell River over to Vancouver Island. We'll be making our way to the Pacific Rim Highway and to Fino. One of the great things about that ferry crossing actually is it's very common to see whales, especially at that time of year. You actually have a lot of migration. So we might be able to see whales and also dolphins. Sometimes you see pods of dolphins swimming on that ferry crossing, which is a nice added bonus. You can hear everybody in the boat, whoa, whoa, and then you just go to where that is because you know that there's something good happening.
Yeah, the ferry goes, whoa, when everybody runs over to that side, then whoa, when everybody runs over to the other side when the captain announces whales.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It is really great. So the ride that day is going to be 270 kilometers or 168 miles, but that includes a ferry. So like I was saying before, its kickstands up at 7 a.m., which is pretty early, but we'll be able to just go right to the ferry terminal, and they have a good breakfast on board the ferry. It's a fairly long trip, so there's lots of time. Like I think it's like an hour and a half or something like that.
Minutes. Yeah.
How much?
Minutes. 90 minutes.
Yep, hour and a half. So we'll be able to get a nice breakfast on the ferry and get ready for the day. So then we start heading our way to Tofino. So we pass through the Pacific Rim National Park, and they have old growth forest there, and I think it's called Castle Forest. Sorry, I can't think of the name right now, but it's got something to do with castles, and it actually has some of the oldest growth trees in Canada, and they're just massive. Cathedral, that's what it is. It's Cathedral.
Cathedral Grove, and there's some of the oldest trees in North America.
Yeah, incredible. So we're going to be passing through there, and then on our way to Tofino. And in Tofino, we're actually going to be staying 2 nights there, which is pretty great. And then we're going to have dinner together there at the Tinwis Resort. Actually, the Tinwis Resort is. Yep.
Go ahead. Tinwis Resort. It's the Best Western Tinwis Resort, and it's at Mackenzie Beach. All the rooms have balconies and are ocean views, beach views. And dinner, excuse me, dinner is at Brown's Social House, which is located in the resort.
Thank you. Yeah. And actually, one of the good things about that beach too is it's also got incredible sunsets, and we'll see surf. Well, chances are we're going to be seeing surfers there. That area is well known for surfing, and so there's every time I've been to that beach, there have always been several people surfing. So we'll have some built-in entertainment there, looking from our hotel rooms if we feel up for that. So let's go to day 7. Okay, so day 7 is going to be pretty cool. It's a day off the bikes, but the highlights are that we're going to be going on a whale and bear watching excursion. So is it going to be grizzly bears that they're taking us to, JD?
Yeah, it's actually two different. It's actually two different excursions.
Okay.
It's one we go out early in the morning, and that's bears and otters and all that kind of stuff, and then we come back, change boats, and go out for the whales.
Okay.
And then both of those end mid-afternoon. So then the rest of the afternoon and evening is free to wander around Tofino, have dinner, all that kind of stuff.
Great. Thanks for the update on that. Okay, and then so the next day we're back on the bikes, and we're going to be heading to the Cowichan Valley and Lake Cowichan. The trip that day is, it's Tuesday, September 15th, just to keep us on track. 278 kilometers or 173 miles. We're going to retrace our way back through from Tofino the same way we came, which is great because you actually get a different view each direction that you go. And we're going to head back to the west coast of Vancouver. Well, we're not quite there yet, sorry. We're going to be heading to the Chemainus to see the murals. There's a lot of art murals in Chemainus. It's famous for that. So that'll be a pretty great experience for us to walk around and check that out. And then we will continue to ride inland to Lake Cowichan. And we're staying at the Riverside Inn at Lake Cowichan, which is right beside the river. Meals for that day that are included are breakfast and lunch, and dinner we're on our own for. Is there any other thing you want to talk about for a day? Day?
There's dinner that night. They've got a really nice little pub with a really nice outdoor veranda and all that, overlooking, sitting right on top of the river. And we've eaten there. The food's really good. So it's,
Okay, perfect. And then day 9, we head out towards Port Renfrew. This is a great trip. So we're going to be going along the far west coast again, which of Vancouver Island, which is, the same as where Tofino is. It's the wild west coast of Vancouver Island. So we're going to it's a rugged wilderness to Port Renfrew where we'll stop for lunch, and then we'll ride along the west coast with views of Juan de Fuca, the Strait of Juan de Fuca, and we'll actually see Washington's Olympic Peninsula on our right, south of us, when we're going to be riding as well. Again, breakfast and lunch are included on that trip, and then dinner is on our own, and we will be staying at the Chateau Victoria in Victoria. Is there anything else you want to add to that, JD?
Chateau Victoria is right down at the Inner Harbor, right near the Parliament buildings and all the tourist area of downtown Victoria, walking distance to everything. And there's a myriad of different places to eat and that there. And so we'll make a bunch of suggestions to the group.
And if any of you like to shop, there's lots of little shops around there because a lot of the cruise ships dock in that area too. So, pretty much you can get anything that you're interested in. you can check out in that area. Victoria is a really beautiful city, and as Carmen says in her video, it's the most British city in Canada. So then day 10 is Thursday, September 17th, and that is our final ferry. So we'll head up through Sydney by the Sea, and we'll hop on that ferry from that area, and we'll end up at the Tawasin Ferry Terminal, and from there head back to drop off our motorbikes, and go back to the hotel. The hotel's included in that final night too, and we'll have a nice farewell dinner. And I believe that one's included, isn't it too, JD?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So our farewell dinner will be included, and that's at a surprise location. JD hasn't told me where that will be, so I can't tell you, but I think it's going to be good because he's got pretty good taste. So from
Standards.
there,
I have standards. I have standards, right, Carmen? Standards.
And taste.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah. So yeah, we end up back at the Sandman Signature Vancouver Airport Hotel, where we can all hang out together and reminisce about the tour and just enjoy one final night together before we depart on Friday, September 18th. So you either go home or on to your next adventure from there, and we'll be able to assist you with whatever you need that day. So that's a quick overview. Does anybody have any questions for us?
One thing I'd like to mention is that we do have a support vehicle that will be following the group the whole way. Actually, on this tour, because it's the first one, Carmen and I will be driving that support vehicle. And so all additional luggage in the support vehicle, we'll have a first aid kit, we'll have tools, refreshments, a cooler full of soft drinks, water, juices, liquids with electrolytes, that kind of thing. We'll have some snacks like granola bars and cheesy little snacks and things like that in the support vehicle as well. And Carmen will be filming as much of it as possible. We won't be on a bike this trip, so it'll be a little different for us, but we will be filming and providing some level of a professionally produced video a month or two after the program ends for all the tour participants, which is a little bit of a bonus because that only happens on the tours that Carmen and I are actually participating in. So,
You bet. Any other questions, or Carmen or Rob, do you want to say anything since we've shut you out earlier?
Shut JD off. One thing that I was going to say about the support vehicle too, that's really nice because I see so many twisty, fun roads on there, and you actually use the term technical, but I use it as twisty. And BC is known as a motorcycle playground, so it is super fun, and there are lots of cool, fun roads. And the great thing about having that support vehicle is that you can go as fast as you want, you can go as slow as you want, just your comfort. It's your vacation. If you want to go fast, go fast. If you want to go slow, that's okay. We're here with the support vehicle to make sure that everybody is together, nobody's left behind. So
Thanks, Carmen. All right. And so with regards to ferry crossings, they are included, are they not, JD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. I've been answering questions in the chats.
Oh, yeah.
These
okay. Oh, yes, I see. Yeah.
Our programs for Freedom Bike Tours are motorcycle tour vacations. They are as close to all inclusive as you can get. You don't need, even the fuel for the motorcycles is included. You don't need to worry about navigation, fuel stops, meal stops, photo op stops, bathroom breaks, nothing. You just need to put your phone away, bring it out when we tell you to, or when you want to. Bring it out when there's a photo op stop. But you just need to ride and enjoy the scenery and enjoy, the sisterhood, the freedom, the authenticity. We encourage you to be your authentic self. That's what this is all about. It's kind of like, despite the fact that there's so much technology in the world today and we're all getting grabbed by it, our programs are designed so that you get away from that to a certain extent, right? And you can actually unplug as much as you want to. And Brenda, yes, you can bring your own bike. Of course, we have pricing for ride your own bike, and we have pricing that includes a rental. It's entirely up to you. We welcome you to ride your own motorcycle.
Great. All
Oh,
right.
Freedom Bike.
Yep.
I should say too, Freedom Biker Tours. Just some accreditations here. Freedom Biker Tours is fully accredited by Harley Davidson and Harley Owners Group Canada. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we're members of the Canadian Motorcycle Tourism Association. And Carmen, help me here. What am I missing?
All around good folks.
Right. Our values are authenticity, acceptance, inclusivity, sisterhood, brotherhood, and the F word, freedom. Yeah.
All right.
Except for JD. JD's the only one who's on the phone all the time because he's making all the plans, so you don't have to plan.
Social media, come on, digital marketing in the 21st century. Like, you can't fault me for that stuff, right? So, if you want to be on camera, if the question comes up, if you want to be on camera, great. You will be asked to be on camera. If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine too. It's entirely a personal decision, right? So everybody signs waivers and consent forms on the first day of the tour, and then off we go and we have a blast.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we haven't seen any other questions come up in a little bit, so we'll give it anyone with a question. Now's your time.
If you have questions, go to freedombikertours.com and click on Canada on the main navigation, and the secondary navigation up will pop Ride Canada's Pacific Coast, ladies only, and that is the full tour itinerary. Pricing is not there. You need to contact us. You need to contact me, and then I will email you a document that is essentially a carbon copy of what's on the website, but it will have pricing. And because we have two different rental partners here, Eagle Rider, which rents Harleys, and Cycle BC, which rents pretty much everything else as well, pricing varies. So if you want to rent a bike, it's a per person quote that we'll give you. If you want to ride your own, well, it just makes it easy. Then I'll just give you one quote. And like I said, we need to know if you're riding on your own bike or renting a bike, if you're sharing a hotel room or wanting a hotel room on your own. Things like that we'll need to know up front. We'll give you a personalized quote. Deposit is $1,000 per person. And then that's for the tour component. If you're renting a bike, I believe there's a $500 deposit for renting the bike as well. The deposit to Freedom Biker Tours is 100% refundable up until 60 days prior to the start date of the tour. So in this case, it would be July the 8th. And that's also when full payment, the balance of payment, is due for the tour as well as 60 days prior.
Good to know. All right.
Okay, well, just so seeing as how I'm going to take some time here, we have other programs as well. I talked about Australia. Okay, we have Australia every November. We do a tour in Australia. We have Mexico in the Yucatan. It's a weekly tour, a week-long tour of the Yucatan. It's 1 week a month, November through April. And then in Canada, we have Ride Canada's Maritimes, Ride Canada's Rockies plus Best of BC, and Ride Canada's Rockies to the Coast. So there you have it. Freedom Biker Tours, the #1 motorcycle tour company in Canada. Now I'm done.
Thanks, JD.
Okay.
Yeah. Always fun to hear JD get excited about advertising for everything.
I'm just excited about riding motorcycles, dude. Come on. Like, that's what it's all about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but now there's snow on the ground out here, so that doesn't happen here right now.
I don't want to talk about snow. Okay. We just got back.
The guy who just got back from 3 weeks in Australia.
3.5 weeks in Australia at 30-some degrees Celsius. And I walked off the airplane 2 days ago and all this white stuff on the ground. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
When are we going to Mexico?
So it doesn't look like
We're going to Mexico.
More questions. We can actually start wrapping this up. Sue, any last comments, cat introductions, and other...
Barry wants to say hi. It looks like... Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
It looks like he doesn't really work with the camera. No, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Thanks for taking your time out of your day, out of your weekend to join us today. We really appreciate it. And like JD said, if you have any questions, reach out to JD. Those of you who know me, reach out to me. Between the two of us, we'll make sure you're well taken care of. And that stands for before the tour and during the tour and after the tour.
Carmen, any last words?
No, I was going to ask Sue what her favorite road is on this trip.
Well, I mean, the Duffy Lake Loop is pretty great. Sunshine Coast is pretty awesome because there's lots of twisties up there, like really nice twisties, and lots of really peekaboo views of the Salish Sea and different lakes along the way. And Tofino, I don't know, it's really hard to decide. This is actually going to be such a great tour.
The road to Tofino, because it's full of so many trees, it just smells so magical.
Yeah. And then once you get out and see the coast, it's like all, the trees and the twisties. And then once you get out to the coast, it's just phenomenal, just incredible.
My favorite part, if I can throw that in, is the ride from Cowichan to Port Renfrew and then down the west coast through Souk and into Victoria. That is my favorite part, but I also like the Fraser Canyon. I also love the Duffy. The Duffy is awesome.
It's fun.
Right? So,
well, the challenge with the Duffy is when you're heading southbound before you get to Pemberton, when you start hitting all those switchbacks.
Yeah.
If you're too busy enjoying the view, you miss the point that the road is dropping like a crowbar in a creek, and you just end up hammering the brakes on every corner, going, "Whoop! It's corners here." That's just the reality of the view is so great, and you end up paying less attention to the road and then surprising yourself a few times. Not saying I've done that, but
exactly. I think Monique might have a question. She just said hi. The last comment there. So I don't know, Monique, do you have a question for us?
Perhaps not.
Oh, maybe not. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, JD, final words. We can.
Final words. I look forward to riding with, actually, I'm not riding. I'm driving the van. So I look forward to meeting all you in September 2026. I look forward to having a lot of fun for 10 days. And it is a ladies only program. So I will have a very low profile on this program.
So Monique's letting us know that you were saying hi to Barry.
Oh, okay.
So the more important person of the group, apparently. Yeah. The cat gets a hi, not the rest of us.
I only want to say, don't leave it in the garage.
The cat?
No. No, the motorcycle. Just so many people say they want to go. So many people want to believe that they can. You only have so much time.
Yeah, and
Do what you want.
that's
Just
part of my
don't leave it in
philosophy
the
is how can you
garage.
do everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is for living. Life is better on two wheels.
My philosophy is I'm going to do everything.
Explore the world by motorcycle.
Carmen and I are going to do everything on motorcycles. That's right.
Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to thank everyone for coming. I'm going to apologize for our technical rogue electrons that seem to have resolved themselves now at the end. So who knows why or what, but anyway, hopefully after the fact, when this buffer is out, the final video on YouTube will, because it won't actually be available right away. It actually has to go through a bit of a buffering process, and then it'll be available on YouTube. So hopefully, if we have to do this again, maybe we will, and we'll hope for better electrons. And then,
well, thank you, Rob, for being the host and the tech guy. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, the tech guy when it failed horribly. Yeah, good.
That's all on you, buddy.
Yeah, I can live with that. Sounds good. Okay, for everyone in the side chat, mostly Monique. I hope we're pronouncing it right, Deanna. We did have 3 or 4 people watching, so there's a couple in there who are being quiet. But anyway, thanks for everyone for coming and putting up with us as we did this. Have a great day.
Take care. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
And as the computer thinks about ending,